What's going on, everybody? It's Kimberly Flowers, the visual branding expert and remote producer, founder of Remote Producer Live. I'm super excited about today's episode because today we're going to be talking about how to transform your client's broadcast from good to great. Now, I always say the difference between good and great is really in the details. So today I'm going to be focused on giving you guys strategies for how to take a regular kind of live stream broadcast and turn it into something that looks professional and high level for your clients. And so there's a couple of different things. I originally had like 5 things that I wanted to share with you guys. But as I started going through it, I realized there were some additional things. So just kind of bear with me as we go through this. But before we do, in the comment section, if you're here, I really want to hear from you. Know that this is an open forum. We're going to be answering questions that you guys have throughout the time that we're together today. And so I'm actually going to be in the chat area saying hi to you guys. Hi, Maurice. Hi, Catherine. What's going on? So guys, thanks for joining today's broadcast. And we're talking about the difference between good and great. And that is in the details. I want you guys to write that down and never forget it, because as a remote producer, your job, the reason why people are hiring you right now as a remote producer is because they trust your ability to turn, what would otherwise be a normal kind of boring broadcast into something that is, captivating, eye-catching, high-level, professional. But what does it actually take to get this done? So we're going to be talking about all of those different things in just a moment. But before we do that, I kind of want to give you guys some information. Hey, Christopher. Hey, Word of Faith, Josh. What's going on? DJ G. Thanks for joining today's broadcast. So why is it so important to show up at a high level, or to show up, with great content? Then the reason why, like it used to be before when live stream kind of just came out, if you were going live, you were getting mad attention. You were getting eyeballs, right, to your content. And it was easy because like not a lot of people were going live. But as we are in today's kind of atmosphere, the climate is changing, the industry is changing, and how we converse with our clients and how we get clients is drastically changing. And so we have to be, as remote producers, ahead of the curve and making sure that we are part of, moving forward progressively for our clients and kind of keeping them up to date with, standing out in today's kind of saturated marketplace. And now it's not all that saturated, but it is getting more saturated. The industry is. And so it's important that you help your clients stand out, right? Because people are, here's the thing that you want to remember about live stream, okay? Most people that are watching your live stream are not people that are, were searching for your content. Most people that are watching your live stream, depending on what platform you're watching them on, but most of them kind of stumbled across your content from their timeline. And the reason why they stumbled across your content and the reason why they stopped really on your content is because there was something that evoked their curiosity. So I want you guys to write that down. Like the number one goal of creating a broadcast that is eye-catching and captivating is to evoke curiosity in the mind of the viewer that says, hey, I actually want to click on this, or hey, I really want to see what they're talking about. And there's some things that you can actually do to ensure that the person watching your client's videos are going to want to know more. So I'm going to give you some tips and some strategies about how to do that. Okay. So first, I just want to really quickly go to, let's see here real quick. Yeah. Okay. So this is like an average live stream that somebody does, right? So we're trying to take that into something that looks a little bit more like this. As you see, there's like motion and, images that are moving. Like we're going to talk all about that. This is an average looking live stream right here. And then we're turning that into something that looks really high level like this. But how do we actually do that? What does that look like for you? So we're going to go into some of those things, because again, the difference between good and great is really in the details of a thing. So let's talk details. First things first, guys, when it comes to the equipment that you are choosing for your clients. Like, your clients are going to come in at different levels. And so we have some of our clients that are just coming in with their webcam, and then some that are a little bit more advanced, and they're coming in with, a higher grade camera. So my first detail for you guys is to show up using, like, if you're looking to create something that's a little bit more higher level than a webcam, then I want you guys to consider using a DSLR or mirrorless camera as a web camera, because that will give you one of the highest quality looking videos that you can have, right? So show up using a DSLR or mirrorless camera. Like, some of the ones that we actually recommend to our clients are like the Canon M50, because that's like a really good camera for like a low budget kind of price. Even like something as old as a T6i, or I don't even know if they do those anymore. T6i, T7i. They're like, you can get those used for about $350 to $400, but they produce a much higher level, and you can use it as a webcam. And so you can walk your clients on how to do that or whatever. And we're going to get into that when we start talking about like how to walk your clients through a tech walkthrough. But for right now, what I want you to understand is that the quality of the camera does affect the quality of the picture, right? So the more clear it is, the reason why people love mirrorless cameras and DSLR cameras is because you're able to switch out the lenses and use different lenses that can create different lighting effects, both inside of the camera and also being able to do something like blurring the background like you see here, right? So that is a small little tweak that can turn the broadcast from looking like okay to like good to like great, right? And that great is obviously the goal. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until the good is better and the better is best. But as we go through this again, guys, I want you to start and remember that, like, you can always modify the process of how you do something, but just make sure that you get started now. Like, you don't want to wait until you have all of the most expensive equipment, because it's really not so much about the equipment as it is about understanding the technique for doing so, right? So again, remember that your number one goal for helping your client produce something high level is to be able to evoke curiosity from the viewer, okay? So one of the ways that you do that is to show up in high quality, because when people show up in high quality, you're already doing a lot better than some people that are, just showing up on maybe their iPhone camera or something like that. The quality is going to be clearer. People are going to be interested and just kind of be like, what is that, right? So the next thing that I want you guys to encourage your clients to do is to make sure that they are using proper framing, okay? Now, this is important because, hold on, let me just get there real quick. Ooh. I want you guys to encourage your clients to use proper video framing. Now, this is like one of those things that is a small tweak, but it makes so much difference. I don't know if you guys have noticed, like, when you go down your timeline and you see most people doing a live stream, here's what happens. And it's an unintentional process, but this is what happens. Because their camera is actually on the laptop is lower than my face, right? Excuse me. Because the camera is lower than my face, when they show up on the broadcast, they're looking upward into the camera. And so a lot of times you'll see, like, they're not looking straight on to the camera like we are doing right now. A lot of times you kind of see their chin and up their nose and things like that. And that's kind of just, most people are accepting of that just because they understand, like, that's where the laptop camera is. But if you just take the time to have your client elevate their laptop to where, put books underneath it just to get it to where it's high enough to where they should be looking at the camera horizontally. So if they put their hands out like this, the camera should be straight ahead, right? That small tweak will make your broadcast look so much more professional, right? The other thing is, like, give them, when we talk about framing, like, you want to use what's called a medium shot. So, like, this gives the top of the head to at least the middle or the bottom of the waist area. That gives you enough room to start putting them in different types of shots and using different, like, if you put them side by side with other people, there's enough of their body there that you can cover some things with graphics and overlays, okay? Now, my next tip, guys, for you is to make sure, hey, Charles, hey, Scott, Hey, Michael, guys, thanks so much for being in the comment section. Yeah, so making sure that you square up on that camera for sure is going to make your broadcast look that much more professional with just that tiny little tweak. The other thing that I want you guys to do for your clients and encourage them to do as well is to make sure that you are using highly saturated or bright colors. Color is one of those things that really will evoke that level of curiosity. When people see that the broadcast has like some really cool colors and things like that, our eyes are naturally drawn to color. So where you can saturate just a tiny bit more, and we'll talk about,